What's up and welcome back. It's going to be a long ass video. I'm John Stark, MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic. These are the 457 movies that I watched that were released in 2024. My God. And I'm going to tell you all of them and give you some little hint as to audio description, no audio description. Not everything did I review. Some of the things that didn't have audio description, like some international features, I chose not to review every single international feature. That I sat through without audio description. At some point I was like, this is too much. I don't need to flood my channel with this. But yes, proof of concept is what this is. So for the critics out there who are like, I saw 110 movies, and eyes roll. So I separated this list into two different categories just to track purposes. So it's like into documentary and features. So we're gonna go through the documentaries first, ranked from worst to best, and then it'll go into narrative features. So without further ado, and I'm not counting, I mean, if you want to go through and count later on and see that it was 457, I think you're just gonna see it's a load of movies no matter what. And even if it's like 456 and my count was off by one or something, it's a load of movies. So breathe in. And kicking it off with 2073. I don't know. No. Neon did not give me audio description for this. It does have audio description. They just didn't give it to me. I don't care. It's not really a documentary. It didn't like it. It's a hybrid. It has acting in it. I don't know what this movie is or why it exists. So moving up the list. Blink. I despise this movie for what it is. I try to be neutral as a critic and say, and not, because it's not an awful movie. It's just the one that treats blindness like death by giving these kids a bucket list of things to do, and it gives them absolutely no real world look at what they might do later on in life. It just is like, well, you're going blind. Fuck. I don't know. That's it. Guess it's over. Well, then do something about it. That's what I'm trying to do. Fight for audio description. Fucking do something. Fucking Blink. Moving up the list. My name is Alfred Hitchcock. Again, this is not really a documentary. It's a guy who imagines that that he knows a lot about Alfred Hitchcock, so he hires somebody to play Alfred Hitchcock. And then he wrote all this stuff about like what Alfred Hitchcock would have said about his movies if he was like reflectively, I don't know, doing director's commentary. I don't know what this is or why this exists. This was one of the weirdest things I saw. And I don't like it being in the nonfiction category. So, but that's where it wants to be. So it's gonna be at the bottom of it. Next. Hummingbirds. Again, I was baffled by the Spirit nomination for this. It's like, they're like, these are two content creators who made a documentary. Listen, we choose what we want you to see. So do content creators. So when you give them a documentary, they're already people who are like, they're filtering their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have been in tuned to figure out what gets likes and subscribes. So when there's something out there just making a documentary about their life, they're picking and choosing what they want you to see. This is not a hard-hitting piece. There are plenty of hard-hitting pieces this year. I don't know why Hummingbirds existed. I did not review this movie. Anyway, moving up. Larger Than Life, A Reign of the Boy Bands. It mainly just focuses on like a couple of them and then ignores a lot of them and doesn't even mention some of them. So I was like, what is the point? Do a boy band documentary or don't do one, but certainly don't leave people out. LFO like was never even mentioned, and they had like Summer Girls was a big hit for them. There were a couple bands. It's hard for me to remember everything, but it does have audio description. Girls State, yes, audio descriptions on Apple Plus. I grew up in Missouri, and it presented all of these girls as being super liberal, except for like there was like one who was like moderate. And I'm like, this is not a representation of Missouri. I don't know where you found these girls from, but it decided to show me a whole bunch of liberal girls who live in Missouri, and I'm like, Missouri is a super fucking red state. So there would at least be some representation there. I didn't like the editing. For anybody who lives in Missouri, this would have made sense. For anybody who doesn't live in Missouri, you would probably look at this and be like, "Wow, it's a really good documentary." No, no, they picked and chose what to show. The Boys State documentary does a little bit better of a job of showing you realistically what Texas looks like. There's no way they found this many progressive girls for this thing. It's not happening. It doesn't exist. Moving up the list.
Cap, look, Cap, into Cap, my Cap eyes.
Look into my eyes. This is A24's doc. I did not get audio description for it. It does exist. It's on Max now. It's just a documentary about people, I don't know, fortune teller type people. Moving up the list.
Cap Federer, 12 Cap.
Federer, 12 final days. It's just content creation. It's just following Roger Federer during the 12 final days of his career. Pretty self-explanatory. Amazon has it. It has audio description.
Cap, the Cap, Blue Cap Angels.
The Blue Angels, it was just boring for me. It's just not my thing. It's on Amazon. It has audio description. It's about the Blue Angels.
Cap and Cap, starring Cap Jerry, grammatical error Cap.
And starring Jerry as himself. I didn't get this with audio description. It's a documentary about a father who, also kind of not entirely a documentary, but basically a documentary about him kind of getting involved in maybe espionage or maybe not espionage. I don't know. It was interesting, but it wasn't my favorite.
Cap Frida.
Amazon with audio description. I didn't love it. I just didn't love it. I wanted more from this documentary, and it was stylistic, but it didn't grab me.
Cap Bread Cap and Cap Roses.
Bread and Roses. No audio description. Apple Plus. The only reason I'm rating this a little bit higher is simply because some sighted people are on here, and thematically, I know what the documentary is about. It's about Afghani women, and them being drugged down in terms of their life and how they're not allowed to have one anymore. I wish Apple had put audio description on this.
Cap the Cap, last grammatical error Cap of Cap the Cap Sea Cap.
The Last of the Sea Women. This is another one that doesn't have audio description from Apple Plus. Would have been nice. Thanks, Apple, for ignoring both of your documentaries this year.
Cap Nocturnes.
Nocturnes is another one that doesn't have audio description. It's about bats. The sound design was cool. I didn't even know what I was listening to because I didn't know what I was watching. I just watched screeners. No audio description. I don't know if you'll ever see this movie. I did not review this because it's not in, I don't think it's not in English. Anyway.
Misspelled Cap Gusho, misspelled Cap Gusho.
Gusho, I didn't review this either. This was another no audio description, non-English language movie from, I don't know, South America that somehow found its way into the Spirit Awards. This one makes more sense because it is an actual documentary, and I think I don't want to be too hard on it because like the lack of accessibility is a large reason why it's rated so low. It might be a really good documentary. It might be something that they really uncovered, but Hummingbirds was in English, and I would not have included that.
Misspelled Queendom.
Queendom. Again, not in English. I know what it's about. It's about a trans activist in Russia who's going out and trying to fight for their existence. And amazing. I don't know. I wish more people saw this, and I wish it had audio description.
Cap the Cap Porcelain Cap War.
The Porcelain War, nominated for, might win best documentary. It didn't have audio description. It's not in English. It's just it's another Ukrainian war documentary. And honestly, even knowing what it's about, it doesn't feel like it's a 20 Days in Mariupol to me. So I was pretty comfortable rating it somewhat lowish on this list.
Cap Dahomey.
Dahomey, reclaiming artifacts is what it's about. No audio description. Wish it did. It does have a period where they find this woman who speaks in English for like a minute, and then that's about it. But no, it was really, really hard to follow, but impossible basically. But moving on.
Cap their Cap was Cap their Cap was Cap not.
There was not. This was a Armenian documentary. And this one, nobody saw this. I got a screener link for this, and I realized after I saw the movie, I was like, I can't find anybody reviewing this. And I just told the rep, I was like, I don't want to review it because I don't want to be the first one. And my argument is, where's the accessibility? I'd love for somebody else to have comments on this film first, because that's not a great start for a little independent documentary that's trying to get some notice at some festivals. Hopefully it finds some love and maybe some audio description.
Cap soundtrack cap to grammatical error cap.
Soundtrack
Cap
to a coup
misspelled
d'etat.
cap
No audio description. A lot of it is not in English. It does have some music and stuff, some jazz, American jazz in there. So it's, I guess, not the worst experience if you, for some reason, got trapped into it. Moving up the list.
Cap Stormy.
Stormy, the Stormy Daniels documentary. It was okay. It was on Peacock. It has audio description.
Cap Tiger.
Tiger, this was Disney's the Disney Major documentary for the year. It was okay. It's on Disney Plus. It has audio description.
Cap Doc cap of Cap Chucky.
Doc of Chucky. God, they needed to warn everybody this thing was fucking 4 hours long. I mean, I like Child's Play. I like Chucky, but Jesus, it goes in deep into every single Chucky movie. So if you're a huge Child's Play fan, Chucky fan, it does not have audio description, but if you're a huge fan, I would still recommend you sit through it. It depends on how big of a fan of Chucky you are. You will like it because it's a lot. It's a really long ass documentary. Really long. It's literally pushing 4 hours.
Cap the Cap turnaround.
The Turnaround, this was a doc short. It was about being nice to a baseball player when they're in a slump. It was okay. It has audio description that's on Netflix.
Misspelled cap movie pass. Misspelled
Movie
cap,
Pass, Movie Crash. This was an HBO documentary. It's on Max. It has audio description. It's about the failure of Movie Pass.
Cap Child Cap Star.
Child Star. This was Demi Moore's documentary. It's on Hulu. It has audio description. It came out the same year that we had Quiet on Set. It's kind of similar. I kind of wish she had made a documentary that was just about herself and her experience, and then also made like a companion documentary that was about her interviewing everybody that she knew that was a child star, because it kind of felt like it was battling with itself to be a great documentary. It felt like it was two documentaries fighting to be one.
Cap Bratz.
Bratz. This was okay. This was Andrew McCarthy directed this. It's on Hulu. It has audio description. It's he goes around to most of the Brat Pack, the ones that would speak to him anyway, and talks to them. It's all right.
Cap I Cap AM Cap Celine Cap.
I Am Celine Dion. I did kind of want a little bit more out of this documentary as well. It's on Amazon. Has audio description. It's fine.
Cap A Cap Swim Cap
A
Lesson.
Swim Lesson. This was a doc short that was competing for the Oscar. It was for the short list or whatever. It was put out by LA Times. I watched it. It was done by Rashida Jones. Is okay. It's about a guy who teaches kids to swim so they don't drown. It's pretty basic.
Cap the Cap Lost Cap Children.
The Lost Children. No audio description on that Swim Lesson, by the way, because it's like 10 minutes long and it's on YouTube.
Cap the Cap Lost Cap Children.
The Lost Children. This is a Netflix documentary. It does not have audio description. It's not in English, but it does have a dub. And it's about a plane crash survivors in the Amazon and the work to save them that went into it. It's based on a true story.
Cap Piece Cap by Cap Piece.
Piece by Piece. This does have audio descriptions on Peacock. This is Pharrell's documentary with Lego pieces. It was okay. I liked it. It was fine.
Cap the Cap Beach Cap Boys.
The Beach Boys is a documentary based on the Beach Boys, the ones that are surviving. Commented on it. This is on Disney Plus. It was fine. I didn't review it. Actually, I did review it, and then nobody watched it, and the 0 views was killing me. So I actually deleted the review. I will admit to that one. Like, no one cared that I reviewed the movie. Okay.
Cap Remembering Cap Gene Cap Wilder.
Remembering Gene Wilder. This was I caught this on Netflix. It's just a documentary about Gene Wilder and sort of who he was as an actor, beginning, middle, end of his career, goes all the way through. It's solid, especially if you like Gene Wilder.
Cap Stopping Cap the Cap Steel.
Stopping the Steal. We have a lot of these. They didn't work, guys. They didn't work. We had a lot of activist documentaries trying to remind us that January 6th happened, Trump sucks, you guys, we didn't win. No, they all lost. It was on Max. This was like the least interesting of them. So it's like the lowest one, but it's still fine. It's
Cap Casa Cap Bonita Cap Mi Capamore.
Casa Bonita Mi Amor, Trey Parker, Trey Parker, I think, is the main one who owns the Casa Bonita place. Matt Stone is also in this. One of them. One of that is true. It's on Paramount Plus, has audio description. South Park guys use their money to like revive this cool like I don't know adventure place for kids that has things and bringing back something from their childhood that they remembered was great, and it becomes a little bit of a money pit for them, but they're gonna save it. So,
Cap Seeking Cap Mavis Cap Beacon.
Seeking Mavis Beacon. I have not seen this with audio description even offered. It was on Hulu with no audio description. I was given a screener of it with no audio description. I do not know if audio description exists for this. It's fine. I don't have that connection to Mavis Beacon as a thing. It's not how I learned to type. So I think the more that you're connected to this, the more connected you will be to the movie.
Cap How Cap to Cap Live Grammatical Error Cap with Cap Norman.
How to Live
Cap
with Norman Mailer. It's about Norman Mailer. It's a pretty basic documentary. It tells you exactly what that's about. No audio description.
Cap the Cap Greatest Cap Night Grammatical Error Cap and Cap.
The Greatest Night in Pop is about the filming of We Are the World. It's on Netflix. It has audio description.
Cap June.
June is about June Carter Cash. It's on Paramount Plus. It has audio description.
Cap Faye.
Faye is about Faye Dunaway. It has audio description on Max.
Cap Luther. Cap Cap Much.
Good God.
Cap Luther. Cap Never Cap 2 Cap.
Luther,
Much.
Never Too Much. This is on Max. No audio description. Is about Luther Vandross.
Cap the Cap Bloody Cap 100.
The Bloody 100th. This is Apple's documentary that went along with Masters of the Air. It was pretty good. It's on Apple Plus. You should check it out. If you watch Masters of the Air, you should watch the documentary.
Cap Call Cap Me Cap Country.
Call Me Country. This was a doc short that was on Max about Beyonce and the effect of her Cowboy Carter album. It had audio description, but it was also TTS audio description, which is weird for Max because they don't usually do that.
Cap the Cap Black Cap Box Cap Diary.
The Black Box Diaries. This is Oscar nominated. It's on Paramount Plus. This is where I put it on the list. This is how I feel about Black Box Diaries. It's not at the top, but it's also not at the bottom. It's way ahead of several documentaries.
Cap I Cap AM Cap Ready Cap Warden.
I Am Ready Warden. This is nominated at Doc Short at the Oscars. It does have audio description. It's on Paramount Plus.
Cap Happy Cap Campers.
Happy Campers. I actually saw this twice. Shout out to the filmmaker because I was given a screener of this with no audio description. I reviewed it, and then the filmmaker was like, wait a minute, we made an audio description track. Why did you not get it? And she actually sent it to me personally. I personally was emailed by the director of this movie. This happened to me twice, and they made sure I got the accessibility that I needed. And I re-reviewed Happy Campers, so it was able to get a better placing on my list. I think it's an interesting film. It's about this community that, they've lived in this place and now they're getting sort of developed and pushed out of their land. And it certainly was interesting. It's just in a year where the world is on fire, this is not a documentary about the world being on fire. That's the only thing that really worked against it and why it's a little bit lower on my list. But it's a good documentary.
Cap Beatles 64.
Beatles 64, this is on Disney Plus. It has audio description. Obviously, it's about the Beatles, but it's more about like their impact on cultural in that year, the British invasion, that kind of stuff. More wide.
Cap from Cap Roger Cap More.
From Roger Moore with
Cap with
Love.
Cap Love.
Saw this audio description. It's about Roger Moore, obviously the Bond, James Bond.
Cap Gary.
Gary. It's about Gary Coleman. It's on Peacock. It has audio description. It's about his struggles. It's very interesting. I was actually more interested in this than I thought it would be.
Cap Bad Cap Faith.
Bad Faith. I saw this on AMC Plus. Did not have audio description, but I wanted to see it anyway. It's about people who are Christian and are also deeply troubled by things like religious political endorsements and how religion has factored into politics, and they would rather it not. Like, they would rather that be kept separate. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Obviously, it leans a lot into the Trump thing because that's sort of recent, but I think it could have been made about any time. These people just seem to be generally thinking that the two things should be separate.
Cap Food Capping 2.
Fooding 2. I didn't think it was as good as Food Inc. 1, but it did bring up some interesting topics. I did learn some things. I did see this without audio description on Hulu. I don't know if it has it, so moving up.
Grammatical error. Cap our cap dad cap Danielle.
Our Dad Danielle. This was sent to me through a screener. It's a trans activist and her story, and it was so interesting because she had written a film, and then I ended up watching the film. It had like Eric Roberts and Sean, Sean, goddamn, what is her name from Blade Runner? Sean Young, were in it, and so I literally watched another film because of this. So yeah, no audio description though.
Cap Merchant Cap Ivory.
Merchant Ivory. It's a documentary based around the film company Merchant Ivory. Duh, no audio description. It was interesting.
Cap Resonator.
Resonator. A woman uncovers her family's past through this resonator machine. No audio description, but I thought it was interesting.
Cap Nathanism.
Nathanism. It's this. We're getting into some really good documentaries here. Nathanism. No audio description, but it's about a guy who he was in World War II, watching over the Nazis before they went into Nuremberg trials, and he was the guard. He was like standing guard for them, and sort of his experiences. And then he became an artist, but he's like an untrained artist, so he draws a lot of like really sort of like childlike basic things, but they're all based around this experience. And it's this like, is this really him? I found it fascinating. I wish it had audio description.
Cap Skywalker's Cap a Cap Love
Skywalker's love story. I really like this documentary. It's about people who, get up in places I would never go. Good for you. It's on Netflix. Audio description.
Cap Much Cap Ado Cap about Cap dying.
Much Ado About Dying. No audio description. This was a screener. It explores what it means to be old and to sort of what is dignity when you're losing it, and explored through the eyes of a filmmaker, and then the person who is getting old is an actor. It sort of has that sort of, it's an interesting documentary.
Cap Chasing Misspelled Cap
Chasing Amy. I like the story. It's one person's sort of exploration of Chasing Amy and its problematic representation in terms of LGBTQ culture. It does not have audio description. I wish it did.
Cap and Grammatical Error Cap So Cap and Cap Begins.
And so it begins. This is a documentary on Filipino politics. I thought this was a really good documentary, and I wish it had gotten a little bit more traction this year. Considering all of the other World on Fire documentaries, I was intrigued to learn more about the Philippines. It does not have audio description. I wish it did. It's not entirely in English. It's enough in English that if you're really interested in the topic and you find it, you could get through it. But yes, there's some Tagalog in there. Did I say it right? I don't know.
Cap the Cap Extraordinary Cap Life Grammatical
The
Error
Extraordinary
Cap
Life of
Cap
Evelyn. This is on Netflix with audio description. It's the Warcraft movie. It's a movie about the Warcraft player, and I thought this was really good. So
Cap Elton Cap John Cap Never Cap 2.
Elton John, Never Too Late. I actually liked this documentary. I thought he was really revealing, which was good. I didn't think he would be, but he was. I guess he's getting to that point in life where he's like, you can know these weird things about me now and my sex life. So oddly, it's on Disney Plus. Not necessarily for kids, but whatever. Moving up the list.
Cap Black Cap Barbie.
Black Barbie. This is on Netflix. It's about sort of the impact of what representation looks like in terms of Barbie dolls, and what having a black Barbie meant. So yes, to audio description.
Cap Jim Cap Henson Cap Idea.
Jim Henson, Idea Man. This is a great documentary about Jim Henson. It's on Disney Plus
Cap for Cap
with
Love
audio
and Cap
description.
Life. Cap for Cap Love and Cap Life. Cap No Cap
For Love and
Ordinary
Life,
Cap
No
Life.
Ordinary Fight. This is a documentary that is about the struggle of fighting for ALS rights. It's on Amazon, has audio description. You should watch it. It's a great disability doc. Moving up the list.
Cap Endurance.
Endurance. I found this really fascinating. It's about Shackleton's adventure to the South Pole. And it uses footage because he had a videographer with him. And the audio description on here was really good. And just the story and everything. I thought this was a very good doc.
Cap Super Slash Cap Man Cap the Cap
Superman, the
Christopher
Christopher
Cap Man
Reeve
Cap
story. This is a great documentary. It does have audio description on Max. It's about Christopher Reeve, his accident, his advocacy afterwards, all that kind of stuff. So the really touching story about Robin Williams that's in there.
Cap Martha.
Martha, it's Martha Stewart's documentary. I thought she was very upfront, and in the few times she wasn't, the director caught her, and so did the audio description. So I like that. It's on Netflix with audio description.
Cap the Cap, Only Cap Girl, Grammatical
The Only
Error,
Girl in
Cap
the
and Cap
Orchestra
the
was
Cap
my favorite
Orchestra.
doc short of the year. It's John Wayne's daughter is trying to be a groundbreaking musician, basically, or was actually. She was like the first female player in like the New York Phil. Is that what I think? Something like that. There are a lot of movies, guys. Audio description, yes. Netflix. Moving up the list.
Cap America's Cap Burning.
America's Burning. This was a screener, no audio description. Michael Douglas and Barry Levinson basically tell you what's wrong with America and what we can do to fix it.
Cap Will and Cap Harper.
Will and Harper, Netflix. Will takes his transgender friend on a road trip. Netflix audio description.
Cap American Cap Cats.
American Cats, no audio description. It's basically about why we shouldn't declaw cats. That's what it is. So,
Cap Daughters.
Daughters, impactful prison documentary on Netflix about the work to try to make men who have been incarcerated for a period of time into better fathers, so that when they're released, they're there, and also to keep these little girls who are growing up to have, so they have some sort of male role model in their life still. Fascinating. It should have been nominated in the category based on what was shortlisted. It did not get the nomination.
Cap Sabbath Cap Queen.
Sabbath Queen, found this interesting. It's about Judaism and LGBTQ culture. It was given to me as a screener, no audio description, but I thought it was interesting.
Cap Music Cap by Cap John Cap
Music by
Williams.
John Williams. If you love movies, you'll love this. It's about John Williams and his scores, and a lot of people came in to comment on this. It's really well done. It's on Disney Plus with audio description.
Cap and Cap American Cap Bombing, Cap the Cap Road Grammatical Error.
An
Cap
American
Cap
Bombing, The
Cap
Road to 9/11. This is on Max with audio description. It's about the Oklahoma City bombing. Not the Road to 9/11, the Road to April 19th. Goddamn. Anyway, I'm still in documentaries.
Cap World Cap According Grammatical Error Cap.
The World According to Allee Willis. I learned more about who Allee Willis was and what she meant to the world and all the stuff that she wrote for, all the music that she wrote for, and she wrote for The Color Purple and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was an incredibly interesting movie. Wish it had audio description. I don't even know where it is for people to be able to watch it.
Cap Separated.
Separated. This is an Errol Morris documentary about what we're doing by separating children from their families at the border. Thought it was really very good.
Cap Patrice. Cap the Cap.
Patrice, the movie is excellent. It's on Hulu. It's a disability documentary that actually has a very heartfelt story to it. I wish more people saw this. It's terrific.
Cap the Cap Body Cap
And
Policy.
yes, it has audio description. I think it has fixed audio description. Its track was fucked up, but I think they fixed it.
Cap the Cap Body Cap Politics.
The Body Politic, this is the other documentary that I originally reviewed it without audio description, and the filmmaker reached out to me and provided me with audio description. So, yes, it's a documentary about fixing Baltimore, basically. From this, there's a bright young mayor there, and he has a lot of ideas. And he can't get a meeting with the governor to save his life, and then finally does, and the governor won't allow cameras in there. And it's a meeting that doesn't go anywhere. I love this movie, The Body Politic. I think it's great. Moving up the list.
Cap Atomic Cap People.
Atomic People. This is about
Cap Atomic Cap People.
it interviews people who are survivors of the bombs that dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and sort of what their lives were like, and it explores what it was like to be there, and people melting, and the lives afterwards, and the radiation, and how the rest of Japan treated people who were from those areas. Very interesting. If you could see Atomic People, please do.
Cap the Cap Truth Cap DS Cap Alex Cap Jones.
The Truth versus Alex Jones. I love this documentary. I love any time that somebody gets to make Alex Jones feel less than, because he has made so many other people feel less than that. Great. This is a Max documentary. Has audio description. One of my favorite documentaries of the year. Easily. I know I'm close to the top now that I see this documentary here. I know I'm I think the final 5.
Cap Sugar Cap Cane.
Sugar Cane. This is on Disney Plus. It does have an audio description track that was created for it. They're just not using it, which is really frustrating, because Sugar Cane had moments when I saw it without audio description where I was like, like my breath was literally taken away. Like there are things that it's about schools for Native Americans and how we used to just rip Native American children out of like from their tribes and try to, I'm just gonna say make them white because that's the quickest way of saying this is strip them of their culture and give them a religion that's not theirs and force language on them that's not theirs. And yeah, it was a bunch of white people who were doing this. This wasn't like they weren't. That's true. That's what it is. I gotta go with this list pretty quickly. It's nominated for Best Documentary Feature. Um, and yeah, it's very impactful. I wish please upload the audio description track so more people can see this movie.
Misspelled Cap Zarowski Cap.
Zarowski v. Texas. This is a movie about how the abortion ban has been affecting mothers in Texas, and this is not a whole bunch of people who are arguing that they about their right to have an abortion because they don't want to have a baby. These are all women who want to have babies, but are in these like endopic, I think I pronounce it right, pregnancies, and they're forced to keep the baby, and like they can't go in and get a baby that is essentially dead or dying or will not survive. And a lot of these women have been permanently, they can no longer have kids, so they're suing. It's a very interesting court case, and I think it puts a very different face on the right to choose movement. And when you go a little bit too far, when you strip away too many people's rights, you're actually taking it away from people who are actively trying to have more children. And when you stand in the way of that, just so that you can, I don't know, force something out that's not going to live anyway, what you do essentially is you take somebody who could have created more life, and that person no longer can. So, did you really win? Moving up the list.
Cap we cap will cap dance cap again.
We Will Dance Again, a fantastic documentary on Paramount Plus about the October 9th, is it 19th? Am I saying that because I just did the American bombing thing? October 9th? It's either 9th or 19th. It was the day that there was a mass shooting at a music event and all those people were captured. Hamas attacked Israel and started the war in Gaza, basically. You would think that it is like entirely anti-Hamas, anti-Palestine, but these are the survivors. There's a lot of camera footage, like cell phone footage, and they're very critical of the Israeli military's lack of response. There are plenty of times where they talk about how they are calling for help and nobody's coming. And so it is not 100% like without accountability. Love this documentary.
Cap the misspelled cap commandates cap shadow.
And the Commandate's Shadow
Cap no cap.
is technically my favorite documentary that has audio description this year. So it's on Max. I think it's fascinating. It takes the son of the commandant of Auschwitz, and he returns sort of and sees this. He's been living with the devastation that his father created. He was a little kid going through living outside of a Nazi concentration camp. His story is fascinating, and it's paired with there's another there's a concentration camp survivor and her daughter is like reliving her mom's footsteps. Very great documentary. I don't know why people didn't talk about this more. And
Cap no cap.
technically my pick for best documentary of the year would be No Other Land. It doesn't have audio description, but I know what it is, and if it had audio description, it would be my pick for best of the year. Moving up. My God, we're finally into the films of the year. So my worst film of the year, of course, was Taro. Hated this movie. Hate this movie a lot. It does have audio description. I hate this movie with raging fires and passion of 1,000. It makes no sense.
Cap Taro.
I hate Taro. I do have a review.
Cap stream cap of cap
Stream of Consciousness. This movie was also awful. It's on Peacock. It has audio description. Great actor. Terrible movie.
Cap the cap painter.
The Painter. Oh my God. This movie was fucking Jesus. These were like the 3 Fs that I gave. The Painter is terrible. It has audio description.
Cap Utopia.
Utopia. Oh Jesus. This movie also. I forgot. It's like I'm reliving nightmares. This movie is god awful. And it has audio description. The bottom 4 movies have audio description.
Cap
I have movies on here that aren't even in English, and I put these above these movies because I'd rather listen to people not talking English than I would watch either of these movies again.
Cap Nice Cap Girls.
Nice Girls, Netflix, audio description. It's an international movie that they threw audio description on. I don't know. I don't think the translation worked. I think sometimes when we localize things, it just doesn't work. And I don't know if it's a comedy, an action, or a drama, but I was struggling with this movie.
Cap the Cap Wages Grammatical Error.
The Wages of Fear. There was a classic movie called Wages of Fear. This is maybe it's based on that. I don't know. This just felt like a shitty action movie that Netflix slaps some audio description on. It's international and dubbed or whatever.
Cap Die Cap Part 2.
Die Hard 2. I'm glad they didn't see Die Hard because Die Hard 2 is awful. It's on Amazon. It has audio description.
Cap and Grammatical Error. Cap a Cap Violent Cap Nature.
In a Violent Nature, I hate this movie. It's A24 put it out. No, Shudder put it out. Sorry, Shudder put it out. Has audio description. It's my least favorite audio description track of 2024. Moving up the list.
Cap Bosco.
Bosco. Really didn't like this movie. I was really rooting for it because it has Nikki Blonsky, who hasn't acted in a long time. It's just not a good movie. It was on Peacock with audio description.
Cap Night Cap Swim.
Night Swim. This has audio description. It's a terrible movie about a killer pool.
Cap Afraid.
Afraid. It's a terrible movie about killer AI. Like a killer Echo device, killer smart home, whatever. It's PG-13. It's not scary. I don't even think anybody died, to be totally honest. Like, I'm pretty certain no one dies in this movie. I know it's a spoiler, but I think it's a horror movie where there's no horror. But everything's scary. There's this weird thing where this guy dances outside. It's so bizarre. This movie's so terrible.
Cap the Cap Strangers. Cap Chapter Cap.
The Strangers Chapter 1. No. We never needed this. Nobody ever needed this. Rennie Harlan just directed this into the garbage can. This movie is terrible. And I love the fact that apparently they already filmed Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, so they're stuck with it. Moving up the list.
Cap the Cap Front Cap Room.
The Front Room. My God, this is the worst A24 film I've ever seen. Easily. It has no point. It doesn't even feel like an A24 movie. It feels like they accidentally purchased it without watching it or knowing what it was. This movie is god-awful. It's not scary. It makes no sense. There's just shit everywhere. I don't know. Avoid this movie at all costs.
Cap the Cap Deliverance.
The Deliverance. I despise this movie as well. I don't know why Lee Daniels decided he was going to suddenly direct a horror movie, but he's not good at it. The acting, he has great actors in here, and they're all bad. Everybody here is bad. Glenn Close, Andrew Day, Monique, nobody can act in this movie. This movie is atrocious.
Cap the Cap Night Cap Before Cap Christmas Grammatical Error Cap and Cap Wonderland.
The Night Before Christmas in Wonderland is an animated Christmas musical with Gerard Butler. I found it on Hulu without audio description. It's not good. The music is awful. The story is stupid. Don't let your kids watch this. It's better things.
Cap Armor.
Armor. Oh God, the film that was shot in the 9 days. Sylvester Stallone was only on set for one of them, something like that. It's a really short shoot. It's basically guys trying to break into an armored truck for 90 minutes. A little bit of a backstory. It's also got there's another actor in this, I forget, but it's basically Stallone. And how he's in so much of the movie for somebody who only did 1 day of shooting and made $3 million. It's amazing how much of the movie they got him in. So, but it's very shitty.
Cap the Cap Bad Cap Shepherd.
The Bad Shepherd. I didn't review this. I saw this on Hulu. I thought it was just a shitty movie. I didn't even recognize actors who were in this. I don't know why. Hulu just had this as it was up on top as a featured title, and I was like, okay, nope.
Cap Summer Cap Camp.
Summer Camp. This has a lot of good actors in it. Diane Keaton, Eugene Levy, Kathy Bates, Alfred Woodard. I don't know why they're in this. This movie is dreadful. Stop making movies with legendary actresses and not giving them good scripts or directors or anything to work with. Nicole Richie's also in this.
Cap Megamind Cap BS Grammatical Error. Cap
Megamind versus the
Spelled
Doom
Cap
Syndicate. What an awful straight-to-video sequel this is. None of the voice cast returned. Everything sounds terrible. Laura Post is actually doing she's not doing the narration. She's actually doing voiceover work. So if you're ever interested in what Laura Post could do as a voice actress, she's one of the characters. She took over for Tina Fey. So I feel bad putting the movie this low because of her, but uh, yeah, it's a terrible movie. Adam Lambert's in here as a voice as one of the villains. I don't know. It's
Cap trigger, cap warning.
trigger warning. This was they tried to turn Jessica Alba into an action star. It's not a good movie. It's on Netflix.
Cap find cap me, cap falling.
Find Me Falling. I don't know why they made a rom-com about a suicide house, but they did, and it stars Harry Connick Jr. and it's on Netflix with audio description.
Cap Winnie the Cat Pooh, Cap Blood, and Cap Honey 2.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 is on Peacock, no audio description. The world doesn't need it, but it's still here anyway.
Cap the Cap Mousetrap.
The Mousetrap, an equally terrible movie where they were like, ooh, Steamboat Willie is in public domain. Let's make a horror movie about it. It's really terrible. It doesn't have audio description.
Cap the Cap Crow.
The Crow, with audio description. Lionsgate put this out. I don't know why, just to make a fucking Crow movie. Like, it has nothing to say. It means nothing. It's terrible. It's like somebody never even saw the first movie. No, it's never watched this movie.
Cap Sleeping, Cap Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs. Russell Crowe makes a really boring movie. It's one of those. It's a memory thriller. We have a lot of these now. We have a lot of these like guys they're I don't know, experiencing Alzheimer's, and we're making movies about them. And there's like a mystery around them that they have to solve before they officially become incapacitated. This does not have audio description that I know of.
Cap Dear, Cap Santa.
Dear Santa. This was Jack Black's awful holiday movie on Paramount Plus that was directed by the Farrelly brothers. You would think that would be funny. It's not. This should have been R-rated. They should have gone for it like they went for it with Bad Santa. A kid summons a demon, and for some reason the demon is in a kid-friendly movie. I don't understand.
Cap Nutcrackers.
Nutcrackers. Ben Stiller's awful holiday comedy that was on Hulu. I hated this movie. I thought this was also just dreadful. Just a dreadful experience.
Cap the Cap Magic Cap Penguin.
The Magic Penguin. This was a shitty movie I found on Amazon. It feels like it's made for kids though. It didn't have audio description.
Cap the Misspelled Cap Underdogs.
The Underdogs. This was Snoop Dogg's Amazon movie. It does have audio description. It's a little less shitty. We're starting to slowly inch our way out of like set yourself on fire before watching those movies.
Cap Red Cap Right Cap Hand.
Red Right Hand did not have audio description. That affected a lot of how I felt about the movie. Orlando Bloom's in this.
Cap My Cap Penguin Cap Friend.
My Penguin Friend. This was on Hulu. Again, same thing. It felt a little. I got Whale Rider vibes from it, but it didn't have audio description.
Cap Evil Cap Does Cap Not Cap Exist.
Evil does not exist. This is the director of Drive My Car. This is no audio description. I think I'm about to get into a whole bunch of movies that are not in the English language and didn't have audio description. But we're better than everything that was below them.
Cap Do Cap Not Cap Expect.
Do
Cap
not
to
expect
Cap
too much
With
from the end of the
Grammatical Error
world.
Cap
No
of
audio
Cap to
description.
Cap of Cap of Cap Pro.
Uwe Boll makes an appearance in here.
Cap the Cap Nature Grammatical Error Cap of Cap
The
Love.
Nature of Love. I can't even remember this movie, but I know I've seen it.
Cap Hundreds Cap of Cap Beavers.
Hundreds of Beavers, the hit that traveled the country, and I wish it had audio description. A lot of people love this movie. It's down this low because it doesn't have audio description. It has no dialogue, so it's impossible to follow.
Cap Armand.
Armand. It's a foreign language movie again. No audio description.
Cap All Cap We Cap Imagine Cap is Cap.
All
Light.
We Imagine Is Light. No audio description. Non-English.
Cap Just Cap the Cap Two Grammatical
Just the
Error
two
Cap
of us. French. No audio description. Non-English.
Cap Coup Misspelled Mix Cap D.
Coup de Chance, Woody Allen's movie. It's just on Tubi. That's where his movies go now. It's in French though, and it has no audio description. It has some cool jazz though. If you just want to listen to the soundtrack, I guess. I don't know.
Cap Mads.
Mads. This is a horror movie on Shudder without audio description,
Cap Flow.
and it's not in English. So, Flow, yeah, the silent animated movie with no audio description that is the bane of our existence right now. I hope this thing doesn't win an animated feature, but yeah, it's down this low because it's inaccessible to me, completely inaccessible.
Cap Green Cap Border.
Green Border. I actually would have loved this movie. I read about it and listened to people review it. And this was one where I'm like, I would have liked to have audio description on this. I was really surprised it didn't make the international shortlist. Um, so anyway, moving up the list, it doesn't have audio description, obviously,
Cap
not in
handling
English.
Cap the Cap Undead.
Handling the Undead, another international movie I actually want to see with audio description. I would go back through and watch this again. It was submitted to me by Neon as part of their package. Does not have audio description.
Cap Golden Cap Years.
Golden Years, no audio description. What was this? Denmark, I think. Yeah, it's just not. It's no audio description.
Cap Seed Cap of Grammatical Error.
Seed of the
Cap
Sacred
Cap Sacred
Fig,
Cap
the Iranian movie. Yes, I did watch this, and I do actually. It's funny because I actually have it now because it was Neon, so I actually have a DVD of it. And it doesn't have audio descriptions. There's nothing really I can do about it. But I would have supported this. Like I really loved a Separation, so I would have loved to see this movie. But
Cap Black Cap
screw
Dog.
me, right? Black Dog, movie out of China, got a lot of attention. No audio description, not in English.
Cap Santosh.
Santosh, the UK submission for the Oscars this year. No, not in English. No audio description.
Cap Inside Cap the Cap Yellow Cap Cocoon
Inside
Cap
the Yellow
Shell.
Cocoon Shell. Not in English. No audio description.
Cap Los Misspelled Cap for Kiss.
Los Fricas, an interesting Cuban movie that's produced by the guys who made Spider-Verse. So they have enough money to put audio description on it. It's just not, it's about the sort of like the AIDS crisis in Cuba. We should have audio description. It does not.
Cap Red Cap Rooms.
Red Rooms from Canada. The funny thing is, it's almost entirely in French. There are little times where she has to talk to, yes, I did actually sit through these movies. Little times where she had to talk to her like Echo device, and it's in English, and the rest of it is in French. Like she couldn't get a French device. Very weird. So yeah, Red Rooms is a sensation for some people, completely inaccessible for me.
Cap the Cap Devil's Cap Bath.
The Devil's Bath, this was an Oscar submission, didn't get nominated, no audio description
Cap Solo.
for foreign language. Solo, non-English, no audio description. I don't even remember this movie. I do remember there was a singing competition in there. They were watching a singing competition at some point. That's all I remember.
Cap Vermiglio.
Vermiglio, this was Italy, word-based movie, no audio description. Yeah, Italian.
Cap the Cap Girl Grammatical Error Cap with Cap the Cap Needle.
The Girl with the Needle, nominated this year for Best International. Would have loved to see this. It's a great story about, you know, women and historical and the struggles that they faced. And yeah, would have loved to see this. Doesn't have audio description.
Cap Good Cap
I mean, I did
Grief.
see it. I would have loved to actually understand what was going on with it.
Cap Good Cap Grief.
Good Grief. Oh God, I'm finally out of those movies. So those were all the movies. We're back to English language movies with audio description. This was Dan Levy's movie on Netflix. It has audio description.
Cap Code Cap 8. Cap Part Cap 2.
Code 8 Part 2. Code 8 Part 1 isn't very good. Code 8 Part 2 isn't very good. Hopefully we don't get a Part 3 on Netflix with audio description.
Cap Apart
And I like the lead
7A.
actors.
Cap
Apartment 7A. I don't know why we made a prequel to Rosemary's Baby. What a terrible idea. It's on Paramount Plus with audio description.
Cap No Cap Way Cap Up.
No Way Up. This is a shark movie. It has audio description. It's not good. I didn't review it because I saw it without audio description. Then I found out it had audio description. I just don't want to pay to watch it with audio description. So they're stuck in a plane that's crashed and the shark's swimming into the plane. Shit you not. That's what the movie is. So no, I don't want to see it.
Cap the Cap Union.
The Union, Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry's shitty Netflix movie with audio description.
Cap Mary.
Mary, this was the biblical movie with Anthony Hopkins. We're getting a little bit less shittier slowly. But this just wasn't good. DJ Caruso was trying to, I don't know, bring his directing career back. I have no idea, but this was not very good.
Cap Happiness Cap is.
Happiness is like this movie has audio. I can't remember. I think it has audio description on Netflix. It's from Africa, South Africa, one of the African countries. It's just like a very average rom-com type of thing. It didn't grab me.
Misspelled Cap Subservience.
I thought the casting of Megan Fox as an android was kind of hilarious. It doesn't have audio description.
Cap the Cap, Last Cap Breath.
The Last Breath, different than what we have now. This was the final film for a guy who died hiking, Julian Sands, his last movie. Has audio description. Shark movie. A couple shark movies this year.
Cap Argyle.
None of them are good. Argyle, the bloated $200 million Matthew Vaughn movie that is really a hot mess. It's just a hot mess. Very talented cast. He has no idea what to do with them. This kind of reveals that Matthew Vaughn's not that good of a director.
Cap Uglies.
Uglies. What a terrible idea for a movie, and apparently the book is really good, so I'm assuming that the book is better than the movie because I hate the movie.
Cap the Cap Girl, Grammatical Error Cap, and Cap the Cap Pool.
The Girl in the Pool. Freddie Prinze Jr. bringing his career back. No audio description. It was not a great movie, but not, obviously there are like a bunch of movies below it, so, you know.
Cap Divorce Cap, and Grammatical Error Cap the Cap.
Divorce in the Black has the most hilarious opening sequence to any movie this year that makes absolutely no sense to the rest of the movie. This was a terrible Tyler Perry movie. It's on Amazon, has audio description.
Cap the Cap Thicket.
The Thicket. This is on Tubi with Peter Dinklage. No audio description. It's a Western. I had a hard time following it without audio description.
Cap the Cap Invitation.
The Invitation's on Hulu. Trapped in a House. There's a monster. Uno. It's on Hulu. No audio description.
Cap Crescent Cap City.
Crescent City. Terrence Howard. Tubi movie. No audio description. Serial killer thriller.
Cap the Cap Fabulous Cap 4.
The Fabulous Four. Bette Midler. Susan Sarandon. Some other people are in this. It's again taking really like wonderful actresses and putting them in a movie that has nothing to say, means nothing, is not funny, putting them in scenarios, and just not a good movie. Has audio description though.
Cap Something's Cap, and Grammatical Error Cap the Cap Water.
Something's in the Water has audio description. One, I guess, the better shark movie. It's British. It's actually a good movie until there's sharks. Like it's this movie about bridesmaids, and then they like go hang out on an island, and then it just gets really dumb, and then the sharks come into the movie and make the movie worse. So like the first like 20 to 30 minutes are fine. The rest of it is not.
Cap Rebel Cap Moon Cap Part All Cap 2.
Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. This is the non-director's cut version. This is where this landed on my list of shit.
Cap Pullman.
Has audio description, Netflix. Pullman. Chris Pine's directorial debut. I actually thought Danny DeVito was really good in this. So that's why Pullman didn't get... some people really hated this movie. I liked Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito moved Pullman up the list. I thought he was good in this. The rest of the movie is hot garbage, though. No audio description. Hulu is where I saw it.
Cap Things Cap will Cap be Cap different.
Things will be different. This was a screener, no audio description, and then I saw it later on Hulu, no audio description. It didn't have, I didn't watch it twice. It just didn't have audio description when I dropped on Hulu. It's really hard to follow. It's a time travel movie, and I didn't even realize it was a time travel movie because I watched the screener, and I was just like, well, that movie was hard to follow. And then later on, I found out I was like, oh, no wonder.
Cap Boneyard.
Boneyard. Mel Gibson, Tubi movie. It's not terrible. It's just not good.
Cap the Cap Exorcism.
The Exorcism, Russell Crowe doing another exorcism movie. I don't know. Russell Crowe made some movies this year that weren't good.
Cap Hot Cap Frosty.
Hot Frosty. This could have been funnier. It's a Netflix Christmas movie with Lacey Chabert. It should have really leaned into the concept. This needed to be written by and starring people who are from Saturday Night Live. Like, this movie should have been something better. Craig Robinson is like the only person in this cast who has any idea what this movie's supposed to be.
Cap the Cap Descendants. Cap the Cap Rise. Grammatical Error Cap of
The
Cap
Descendants, The Rise of Red. This is on Disney Plus with audio description. It's like the fifth Descendants movie? I don't know. I watched the first one. I just didn't watch the sequels. So this is where this ended up for me.
Grammatical Error Cap the Cap Arrival.
The Arrival. This was an independent movie. Really indie. No audio description. Hard to describe in a short period of time, and I want to move on. So,
Cap and Cap the Capland. Grammatical Error Cap of Cap Saints Cap.
In the
Cap
Land of
Sinners.
Saints and Sinners, Liam Neeson. audio description. It's on Amazon. It's one of the better crappy Liam Neeson movies, but still not a good one. So
Cap roll, cap play.
role play, Kaylee Cuoco in a spy thriller that wasn't very good. Amazon audio
Cap
description.
despicable, all cap before.
Despicable Me 4, the worst Despicable Me movie, including all of the Minions movies. This movie is so many ideas. It's like it was written by AI and thrown together. This is not a good movie. It's on Peacock now, or at Netflix now. It has audio description wherever you watch it somewhere.
Cap lets cap start grammatical error, cap a cap.
Let's
cult.
Start a Cult. It was occasionally funny. It's on Hulu. No audio description.
Cap young cap woman grammatical error.
Young Woman
cap
in the
cap
Sea.
cap
I
scene.
fell asleep. I'm just gonna be honest. This is where this is. I fell asleep during this movie. This movie put me to sleep, and this is where I put this on the list. So, in terms of other movies rating around this, I woke up before the end, but I was out for like 20 minutes of this movie. I was so slow. Daisy Ridley, Disney Plus audio description.
Cap cash, cap out.
Cash Out, John Travolta, Hulu. Not as bad as some other people thought. I had a better experience, but some people really hated this movie. I thought he was fine. The movie and it's not great. It's just another like crappy streaming, straight to streaming thing.
Cap players.
Players, I didn't like this movie. It was on Netflix. It has a great cast though. It's like Gina Rodriguez, Damon Wayans Jr. There's somebody else in this too. It just wasn't funny. Great cast though.
Cap breathe.
Breathe, Jennifer Hudson, Quavajene Wallace, Common, thought great cast. Doesn't have audio description, Paramount Plus. It's not good, but it's not terrible. We're moving into that sort of like that range where I'm like slightly below average. We're not quite at average yet. We're in like the C- range.
Cap never cap let cap go.
Never Let Go, Halle Berry's horror movie that just didn't work. It's from Alexander Aja, who directed Hills Have Eyes. Should have worked, doesn't, has audio description.
Cap slingshot.
Slingshot, another, Space Madness movie starring Casey Affleck, audio description.
Cap red, cap one.
Red One, Christmas movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Chris Evans. It's on Amazon with audio description. I just thought it wasn't very good.
Cap borderlands.
Borderlands, I didn't think it was as terrible as some other people thought it was, and I actually thought Jack Black was good. I disliked the fact that he was nominated for the Razzie. He played Claptrap exactly like Claptrap is in the game. Obnoxious. That is what that character is supposed to be. Cate Blanchett was fine. She's a little bit older than Monroe Rose supposed to be. It's not terrible. It just should have been R. Don't hire Eli Roth to make PG-13 Borderlands. Hire Eli Roth to make an R-rated Borderlands. I think it would have been better. But yeah, it's not a good movie. I'm not completely standing up for Borderlands. There are hundreds of movies above it.
Cap madam, cap web.
Madam Web, same thing. I didn't completely hate everything about this movie, but yeah, it's got a lot of problems. And Tahar Rahim, I wish he speaks perfect English. I can always understand him. I don't know why they dubbed him, why he dubbed himself. None of this makes any sense. This was the Razzie winner for Worst Film of the Year. I disagree, it's not, but it is not good.
Cap Craven, cap the cap.
Craven the Hunter, right above that. I felt about the same watching these two movies. I was like, well, there's potential here. They're just not using it, and they're not very well-made movies. And Craven the Hunter has a better director, too. It's from the director of Margin Call. I can't remember his name, but I do remember.
Cap Woody, cap Woodpecker, cap goes.
Woody Woodpecker Goes to
Cap
Camp.
camp.
There are two Woody Woodpecker movies. I don't know if you know that. Neither of them are really good. This is the other one. It's on Netflix with audio description.
Cap
This is a
the
sequel.
Cap Garfield, cap movie.
The Garfield movie. This is on Peacock, I think. Audio description was in theaters. It's not good. It's not great. Yeah. Moving. I didn't hate Chris Pratt as Garfield. He just doesn't need to voice everything.
Cap Ghostbusters, cap Frozen, cap Empire.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. We're killing the franchise, man. This was not very good. Lots of reasons. It is my most watched review. Was my review of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Audio description.
Cap last cap known cap location.
Last known location is on Amazon. No audio description. Women are being captured and held, and they have to fight to get out and survive. It was okay. It
Cap
was
the
not
Cap
great.
Forge.
The Forge, a better, not, it's a Christian faith-based movie that also doubles as you should work at a fulfillment center. It's like I don't know. It's very weird. I just wish they had stuck to just being a faith-based movie. It would have been a better movie and just take the fulfillment center thing out of it. But
Cap She Cap Taught Cap Love.
She Taught Love is on Hulu. Black film critics liked it more than me. I just thought it was very average. And I don't know why it's in chapters. The chapters are literally She Taught Love. Weird. Moving up the list.
Cap Reagan.
Reagan, saw this audio description. I didn't hate it that much because I actually thought Dennis Quaid did a good job. I don't think the movie's good, and I think the rest of the cast is very questionable, but I would stand up for Dennis Quaid. He has to play he has to play Reagan through the years, a wide range of age, and he does a pretty good job of it.
Cap Greedy Cap People.
Greedy People. This was Joseph Gordon-Levitt, one of the movies he made this year that is deeply forgettable. I've forgotten so much about this movie. Who else is in this? Tim Blake Nelson. Couldn't tell you what it was about.
Cap Drive Cap.
It has
Cap
audio
Dolls.
description. Drive-Away Dolls. Man, this is at the beginning of the year. All I remember was about lesbians, and who was in this? I can't even remember. Pedro Pascal is like the first name that comes to my mind. I can't even remember this movie.
Cap Hijack 93.
Hijack 93, Netflix. This was okay. This is another movie that came out of Africa with audio description.
Cap Heather.
Heather, I saw this screener, no audio description. It's a thriller about revenge. We're moving on.
Cap Coup.
Coup. This is on Hulu, no audio description. Peter Sarsgaard's in this. It was interesting, but not quite as good as it should be.
Misspelled grammatical error cap. Mea cap culpa.
Mea Culpa, the better of the two Tyler Perry movies that were not nominated for Oscars this year. This one was slightly better. This is Kelly Rowland and Trevante Rhodes in a very weird movie. Very weird movie, but excellent audio description though. Netflix.
Cap the Cap Lord Grammatical Error Cap.
Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim.
Cap War Cap.
I was so
Misspelled
bored.
Cap
I was
Hero.
playing with my phone the whole time. I love Brian Cox, and I hate having a movie with him in it this low. But wow, this is my least favorite Lord of the Rings thing.
Cap
Brothers,
Brothers.
Josh Brolin, Peter Dinklage. The movie was not as funny as it should be. It was okay, but whatever. Moving up the
Cap
list.
Rob
Amazon
Cap
audio
Peace.
description.
Cap Rob Cap.
Rob Peace, Chiwetel for directs. It has audio description.
Cap Back Cap to Cap Black.
Back to Black, the Amy Winehouse movie that was not great. Marissa Bella was really good in it though, so that's why it's a little bit higher. She gave a really good performance. The movie is very questionable and has been debated a lot by Amy Winehouse fans. Audio description.
Cap Big Cap City Cap Green.
Big City
Cap the
Greens, the
Cap
movie, no audio description, Disney Plus. I don't know why they abandoned their big movie version of this, but they did, and this is where I put it.
Cap Miller's Cap Girl.
Miller's Girl. Jenna Ortega's in this. It could have been better. I hear there is an existing audio description track that was made for this. I just couldn't find it, and I haven't found it yet, so this is where this is.
Cap Killer Cap Heat.
Killer Heat, the other Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie that he starred in that was not great this year. It's on Amazon. It's also got Shailene Woodley in it. Good luck remembering this
Cap
5
Amber,
years
Cap
from now.
Alert. Cap Amber Cap Alert.
Amber Alert, Hayden Panettiere and Tyler James Williams in an Amber Alert movie. What that is, no audio description on Hulu, but it does have existing audio description. I just didn't want to pay for it, so I didn't put a review out for this movie because I know it has audio description, and maybe someday I'll watch it with it.
Cap Mother Cap of Grammatical Error Cap the Cap Bride.
Mother the Bride, Brooke Shields, wasn't great. It's on Netflix audio description.
Cap Canary Cap Black.
Canary Black, Kate Beckinsale's spy thriller. She's better than this. It's on Amazon with audio description.
Cap Sun Coast.
Suncoast. Laura Linney was good in this, but I didn't like the movie. It's on Hulu with audio description.
Cap Salem's Cap Lot.
Salem's Lot. Not a great adaptation of a Stephen King novel. It's on Max with audio description.
Cap the Cap Killer.
The Killer. John Woo remade his own movie and somehow made it worse. It stars Natalie Emmanuel. It's on Peacock with audio description.
Cap Irish Cap Wish.
Irish Wish. Lindsay Lohan, one of her 2 movies this year. This is the worst of the 2. Netflix with audio description.
Cap Space Cap Cadet.
Space Cadet. This is Emma Roberts, Amazon. She went on a rant about film critics. I was like, this is not the movie to make the stand on, girl. Sit down. Her movie it's not great. I mean, it's not terrible. Obviously, there are like 100 movies below it, but Amazon with audio description.
Cap Imaginary.
Imaginary. This is the Imaginary Friend horror movie. Audio description.
Cap House Cap of Cap Spoils.
House of Spoils. This was on Amazon. This is Ariana DeBose. It has audio description. She deserves better than this.
Cap Lonely Cap Planet.
It's a horror movie. Lonely Planet. God, this is like Laura Dern and Liam Hemsworth in a really eye-rolling romantic drama on Netflix. Audio description.
Cap Leroy Cap Texas.
Leroy, Texas. Somebody was good in this. John Magaro. Amazon, no audio description.
Cap Rob Cap Peace.
Rob Peace. Didn't I say this already? I think I did this already. I feel like I did this already. Am I going crazy? Am I losing my mind? We're going to move up.
Cap Sebastian.
Sebastian. The guy wants to write a novel about being a gay sex worker, and so he becomes one. Not a great movie. Has audio description.
Cap Rebel Cap Moon Cap Part 2 Cap Director's Cap Cut.
Rebel Moon Part 2 Director's Cut with audio description. This is where I put the Director's Cuts. I do think the Director's Cuts are better than the original versions. I don't know why he ever put out the original versions. He should have just done his original versions of the movie, what he envisioned for himself.
Cap Rebel Cap
Which means
Moon, Cap
Rebel
Part
Moon
1 Cap
Part 1
Cap
Director's Cut is right above that for some same reasons.
Cap R Cap Little Cap Secret.
Our Little Secret. Yeah, this is Lindsay Lohan's other movie. Not great. Moving up the list. It doesn't even need to be a Christmas movie. It has no correlation to Christmas.
Cap Atlas.
Atlas, this is Jennifer Lopez, Netflix, audio description. I liked it better than some other people, but I still don't think it's a great movie.
Cap Incoming.
Incoming is a teen comedy on Netflix with audio description. It was not great, but
Cap the Cap
not terrible.
Silent Cap Hour.
The Silent Hour. Joel Kinnaman is once again playing somebody who has some sort of problem, some sensory problem in an action movie. It was a little bit above average. No, yes, audio description, but I don't know that it does on Hulu. I rented it.
Misspelled Cap Time Cut.
Time Cut, Netflix. It's sort of a horror movie. It's horror adjacent anyway. It's on Netflix. Audio description. It's a time travel horror movie. Amazon did it better the year before. I can't remember the name of the movie, but moving on.
Cap Stop Cap Motion.
Stop motion. This is a Shudder movie. Has audio description if you rent it. It was okay. You know,
Cap Little Cap Bites.
Little Bites, again, another Shudder movie that was okay with audio description if you rent it.
Cap Carved.
Carved, kind of overly violent, gory horror comedy on Hulu. Wasn't terrible.
Cap Megalopolis.
Megalopolis, yes, it's higher on my list because I found it interesting. Like, I was not bored. And Megalopolis technically is a worse movie than this. I still wouldn't put it at the bottom of the year. But Francis Ford Coppola made a film that is so utterly bizarre. I think it's going to be like a new cult classic that people study and watch from years to come. It's so bizarrely awful that it actually rebounded. It actually bounced back. I was very intrigued while watching Megalopolis. It has audio description.
Cap Joker. Cap
And I can say the
Lonely,
same
Cap
exact thing
Auxiliary,
about Joker
Cap
Folie à Deux. Todd Phillips, whatever he was doing, it felt like he didn't want anybody else to make another Joker movie. He didn't even want to make a sequel, so he just made this. And threw up some middle fingers at WB and walked away. That's what I'm interpreting, because it's fascinating and awful, but in a good way. Like, I had a much better experience watching these movies the first time through than I thought I would, because they're just so bafflingly the choices. But interesting. Like, I was never bored.
Cap Here.
Here, kind of the same thing. Robert Zemeckis' idea, it just doesn't work. But these three movies, I was very interested in all of them. None of them are actually good movies, but all of them were interesting experiences. They all three have audio description.
Cap Jazzy.
Jazzy, this was what's her face's name movie? I can't. It was something I got through the Spirit Awards. No audio description. Who cares? Moving on.
Cap Orion Cap and Grammatical Error Cap.
Orion in the Dark, Netflix, Audio description. For some reason, DreamWorks sold the movie to Netflix. I don't get it. This was better than Megamind. They should have sold Megamind and kept this. Yeah, anyway.
Cap Ricky misspelled Cap Stanicki.
Ricky Stenicki. John Cena's funny in this. No one else is, but he is.
Cap Sweethearts.
Amazon with audio description.
Cap Sweethearts.
Sweethearts, Max with audio description. Kiernan Shipka has to go through a lot of crap, and she has a really terrible scene partner who's not funny at all. The supporting characters are funny, but there's some stuff here that kind of works.
Cap the Cap American Cap Society.
The American
Grammatical
Society of
Error, Cap
Magical
Cap
Negroes.
Magical Cap Negroes.
There's some stuff here that works, some stuff that doesn't. Very uneven audio description.
Cap Lost misspelled Mixed Cap Souls.
Lost Souls. I can't even find this movie on IMDb, but I swear to God, I was given a screener for a movie called Lost Souls. It took place in like Miami. It was around like hip hop culture. It was not bad. Had no audio description though. And then when I tried to find it on IMDb, I couldn't find it. So I don't even know if IMDb knows this movie exists. Some of my screeners are so. IMDb doesn't even know. I don't know. Whatever.
Cap the Cap feeling Cap the grammatical error. Cap
The
the
feeling
Cap
that the
time
time for
Cap
doing
Cap
something has
doing Cap something
passed.
Cap is Cap pass.
Hulu, it's a BDSM movie, no audio description. Could have been good with audio
Cap
description.
Die Cap Alone.
Die Alone, Tubi, Carrie-Anne Moss in a zombie horror movie. No audio description.
Cap Space Cap Man.
Spaceman, Adam Sandler's drama where he is in space with a spider, voiced by Paul Dano. Audio description.
Cap Sasquatch Cap Sunset.
Sasquatch Sunset. Interesting. My pick for like runner-up for audio description of the year. Basically, it's all audio description. You have to watch it and don't even try. There's no dialogue in here. Interesting, but not great.
Cap Girls Cap. Will Cap be Cap Girls?
Girls will be girls. We should have audio description. It had some cool ideas to it. I probably would like it more if it had audio description.
Cap Little Cap Wing.
Little Wing. The Brian Cox. The Power of Brian Cox. Move this movie up the list. This is a movie about racing pigeons. Yeah, Paramount Plus with audio description.
Cap the Cap Neon Cap Highway.
The Neon Highway. Who's in this? Beau Bridges is in this. This is on Netflix. No audio description. But I thought it was pretty good. Country music.
Cap Upgraded.
Upgraded. This was an Amazon movie from earlier in the year. Audio description.
Cap Speak Cap No Cap Evil.
Speak No Evil. James McAvoy was good, but not as good as some people. I didn't quite get it as much as... and I ended up doing the TTS version of the original film so that I could compare the two. The original film is a little bit more hardcore. I don't know. I would go with the original and sit through the TTS doesn't actually do all of the... Never mind. Just watch this version. I didn't love either one of them, to be totally honest, but...
Cap the Cap Last Cap Stop Grammatical Error Cap in Cap Yuma Cap County.
Last Stop in Yuma County, crime thriller that a lot of people really loved. It has no audio description, so this is kind of where it landed on my list.
Cap Immaculate.
Immaculate, Sydney Sweeney. I thought she was good in it. I didn't really love the movie. I don't know why she fought so hard to get it made, but she did. Audio description.
Cap the Cap Outrun.
The Outrun, Saoirse Ronan. Audio description. She's been better. She's been in better movies.
Misspelled Cap Cada Cap Lake.
Caddo Lake. Very interesting twist. Saw this movie twice just to make sure the twist works. It's on Max with audio description. The movie's not good though. It was very slow, but the twist in this is just like, what?
Cap Exhibiting Cap Forgiveness.
Exhibiting Forgiveness. I think I'd like this better with audio description. No audio description when I saw it. Somebody's in this. It's Anjuna Ellis Taylor and some other people in this.
Cap Thelma Cap the Cap Unicorn.
Thelma the Unicorn. Netflix audio description, animated movie. It was okay.
Cap the Cap Book Grammatical Error Cap of Cap
The
Clarence.
Book of Clarence, audio description. Lakeith Stanfield. It was okay.
Misspelled Cap Mr. Cap Crockett.
Mr. Crockett, a Hulu horror movie that went hard for some reason. I don't know. It's okay. It's not terrible. Hulu audio description.
Cap Trouble.
Trouble, a Netflix international that they just slapped audio description on. It wasn't bad. It's fine. Audio description.
Cap O Cap Canada.
Oh Canada. Richard Gere's in this. Uma Thurman. I thought it was fine. I wish it had audio description.
Cap the Cap Dead Cap Don't Cap Hurt.
The Dead Don't Hurt. This is Viggo Mortensen's Western. I did see this with audio description. It's okay. So
Cap Scoop.
Scoop. We're still in the okay zone. This is Gillian Anderson. This was based on the Prince Philip thing. Netflix audio description.
Cap Wallace Cap and Cap Gromit.
Wallace and
Cap
Gromit
Vengeance,
Vengeance
Cap
Most
Wolf,
Foul.
Cap
I'm just not a
Bomb.
big fan of Wallace and Gromit, so don't take this personally. Audio description, Netflix.
Cap My Cap Spy 2.
My Spy 2, I thought the first one was better. Dave Bautista, Amazon audio description is okay.
Cap the Cap Day Grammatical Error. Cap the Cap Earth Cap
The
Blue.
Day the Earth Blew Up. I did see this in 2024. It's coming out this year. Probably should have included this on the list. It's a Looney Tunes movie I saw without audio description, but I did see it.
Cap Stress Cap Positions.
And it was Oscar qualifying for 2024, so it won't qualify next year. Stress Positions, Neon, or A24. So one of them put this out. LGBTQ comedy audio description. It was okay.
Cap Black Cap Cab.
Black Cab, Shudder horror movie, no audio description. Thought it would be good if I had audio description.
Cap the Cap Tigers Cap Apprentice.
The Tiger's Apprentice, Paramount Plus. This was okay. Animated movie, audio description.
Cap You Cap Gotta Cap Believe.
You Gotta Believe. It's an okay baseball drama with Luke Wilson. No audio description.
Cap I dot Cap S dot Cap S.
ISS. This is audio description. This is another. Oh God, I already said her name and I've already forgotten it. One for West Side Story. My brain is melting. 4 people basically are in this. There's like 5, and they're all in space. It was okay. Moving up.
Cap Bob Cap Marley Cap One.
Bob
Cap.
Marley, One Love. The performance is better than the movie. So yes, if you want to see the movie because he's good in it as Bob Marley, then by all means, Paramount. I saw this in Paramount Plus with audio description.
Misspelled Cap Omniloop.
Omniloop. This no audio description. It's now on Hulu. Mary Louise Parker's in this. Yes. I think I would like it more with audio description.
Cap Rebel Cap Ridge.
Rebel Ridge. I didn't love it as much as other people did. Bo Bridges and some other people are in this. It was okay. Netflix. Some other people really love this movie.
Cap Arthur Cap the Cap King.
Arthur the King. Mark Wahlberg's true story about this dog. It was okay. Moving up the list.
Cap the
Audio
Cap
description.
Almost Cap Christmas Cap Story.
An Almost Christmas Story. This is a Disney Plus short Christmas thing. This is where I put it. Audio description.
Cap Bird.
John C. Reilly's voice. Bird. I saw this movie twice. Did not like it as much the second time around, so I brought it down the list. And Franz Rogowski's in this and some other people. Audio description.
Cap
Bagman.
Bagman.
It's a horror movie with audio description that I didn't completely hate, but it feels like it should have been made like 20 years ago.
Cap Arcadian.
Arcadian. This is Nicolas Cage's movie. It's Shudder title. You can get audio description if you rent it. It's not terrible, but it's not great.
Cap
It's okay.
Unsung Cap Hero.
Unsung Hero is okay. It's a faith-based movie based on a Christian artist that I had no idea who she was. Audio description.
1992.
1992, Ray Liotta's final movie with Tyrese Gibson. Thought it was good. Audio description, well, thought it was okay. You know,
Cap AM Cap I All Cap OK.
Am I Okay? Tig Notaro directed this. She's also in it. Dakota Johnson stars on Max with audio description.
Cap A's Real.
Israel, Samara Weaving. Definitely rent this with audio description. There's no dialogue. So there you go. Horror movies. Shudder title.
Cap Ultraman Cap Rising.
Ultraman Rising. This is a Netflix animated based on Ultraman. It was okay. Audio description, Netflix.
Cap Family Cap Pack.
Family Pack. Jean Reno was in this. I didn't think it was too bad. It was like French Jumanji. Audio description, Netflix.
Cap and Cap ends Grammatical Error Cap with Cap
It Ends With Us, that weird movie that's all over the news now because of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Audio description, yes.
Cap Me Cap Next Cap Christmas.
Meet Me Next Christmas, good Netflix Christmas movie. This is where I put it. It has Christina Milian. It was okay.
Cap the Cap First Cap Omen.
The First Omen, I thought it was decent. Audio description, I finally got it with audio description. It does not have it on Hulu.
Cap the Cap 6 Cap Triple Cap 8.
The 688. I thought Kerry Washington was really good in this. This is the best of the 3 Tyler Perry movies of the year. So there you go. Audio description, Netflix.
Cap Kung Cap Fu Cap Panda 4.
Kung Fu Panda 4, Jack Black, back for another one, but without all of his sidekicks, and instead he picks up Aquafina. It's the worst of the 4 Kung Fu Panda movies, but I kind of like all of them. But this one is, I mean, it's better than Despicable Me 4. So
Cap the Cap Killers Cap Game.
The Killer's Game, another Dave Bautista movie, the better of the two. He plays a guy who thinks he's dying and hires an assassin to take him out, and then he realizes, whoops, I'm not dying.
Misspelled Cap Maxon.
Maxon, this is the third movie in the Pearl trilogy, so this is where I put it. It's okay. Audio description.
Cap the Cap Imaginary.
The Imaginary animated movie on Netflix. This is different than the horror movie. This is the animated one that's on Netflix. Audio description.
Cap hold cap your cap breath.
Hold Your Breath. Hulu. This is Sarah Paulson. Audio description.
Cap the Cap long cap game.
The Long Game. Jay Hernandez. Dennis Quaid. This is a golf movie. I thought this was pretty good. I wish it had audio description.
Cap
If I didn't hate this movie, I just didn't like John Krasinski in it, but I thought the rest of it was cute. I love Kaylee Fleming as an actress, so I thought with audio description.
Cap invisible cap raptor.
Invisible Raptor, I wish this had audio description. It's hilariously self-aware. It's a Jurassic Park spoof, basically. Very gory, but
Cap Janet Cap Planet.
Janet Planet, I didn't love this, but I thought it was pretty good. Audio description, A24 movie.
Cap Getaway.
Getaway, Shutter title with audio description. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Cap Trap.
Trapped, Josh Hartnett could have been better. It's not my favorite Shyamalan movie, but it's also not his worst. It was just sort of in the middle for me. Audio description.
Cap American Cap Star.
American Star, Ian McShane, audio description. This was an IFC release. He's really good in it. The movie's okay.
Cap the Cap best cap Christmas cap pageant cap ever.
Best Christmas pageant ever. This was a faith-based movie. Thought it was pretty good. The cast was good. The script is kind of weak in places. Audio description.
Cap Ordinary Cap Angels.
Ordinary Angels. Alan Richson and Hilary Swank. Thought it was pretty good. Audio description.
Cap your cap monster.
Your Monster. Melissa Barrera. Thought there were parts of this that I liked. Audio description.
Cap rumors.
Rumors, parts of this I liked. Kate Blanchett, audio description. It's about to drop on Paramount Plus.
All cap Y2K.
Y2K, A24. I liked a lot of this, but not all of it. It felt very much like when I went to high school. So for all the people like Dee Dee, I related to Y2K in similar ways.
Cap the Cap Order.
The Order, Jude Law. I still haven't seen this movie with audio description. It does have a track. I want to see it again. I'll see it at some point. Jude Law, Nicholas Hoult. I didn't see it with audio description, so this is where it landed.
Grammatical error Cap Fem.
Femme, did see this with audio description. It's a LGBT thriller.
Cap Don't Cap Move.
Don't Move, horror movie, Netflix. Parts of it were okay, Netflix. So it was liked it, didn't
Cap
love it.
Horizon. Cap Part Cap 1.
Horizon Part 1, I didn't hate this movie as much as some other people did. I need to know what Part 2 is in order to know if Part 1 works. It's like half of a movie. So, anyway, moving up.
Cap Monkey Cap Man.
Monkey Man, Dev Patel, audio description. The action sequences were good. I just didn't love the movie as much, but yes, he directed some fun action in this.
Cap A Cap Different Cap Man.
A Different Man, Sebastian Stan. I've seen this movie twice now, and it's my least favorite of the Sebastian Stan movies, but it's still a good movie. A24.
Cap What Cap Remains.
What Remains. This is a thriller, like a Nordic thriller. No audio description. Moving up the list.
Cap
Lift.
Lift.
Kevin Hart. I enjoyed this. This is just popcorn fun. It's not a great movie, but it was fun. So moving up the list. Netflix audio description.
Cap Turtles Cap All Grammatical
Turtles
error,
All the Way
Cap Way,
Down,
Cap Down.
from the guy who wrote Fault in Our Stars. It's on Max. It was pretty good. Audio description.
Cap Beetlejuice Misspelled Cap
Beetlejuice, not as good as the original, but not terrible. We just didn't need it. Audio description.
Cap Crossing.
Crossing. I did see this movie twice because the first time, no audio description. I found it with audio description. It's an international feature. A woman is trying to find a family member for her sister, a trans family member, and it's all in like Georgia and Hungary in that area. Interesting. Moving up the list.
Cap Goodrich.
Goodrich. This is Michael Keaton's movie. I liked him in it. Thought he was good. Movie's kind of uneven, but he was good in it. So no audio description though.
Cap Bad Cap Boys Cap Ride Grammatical Error.
Bad Boys
Cap
Ride or
Cap
Die. It was okay. Audio description, I liked it. I didn't love it.
Cap Venom Cap the Cap Last Cap Dance.
Venom: The Last Dance. Audio description, yes.
Cap Under Cap Paris.
Under Paris, shark movie. It was fun. It was stupid. It felt like Sharknado. I love that it's French. Audio description, Netflix.
Cap Hereafter.
Hereafter, this was okay. This was like the less good version of Birth Rebirth. It has audio description.
Cap Saturday Cap Night.
Saturday Nights, thought this was pretty good. SNL, so audio description.
Cap Blitz.
Blitz, audio description. Apple, it's a war movie. Should have been way better than it was. It was just okay.
Cap Drugstore Cap June.
Drugstore June started out really good. I was really into it. By the end of it, I wasn't so much. Hulu, no audio
Cap
description.
the Cap Wasp.
The Wasp, great acting, no audio description. Probably would have liked it more with audio description.
Cap the Cap Last Cap Showgirl.
The Last Showgirl. No, wait.
Cap the Cap Last Cap Showgirl.
That can't be The Last Showgirl. It's got to be The Last Screenwriter. Because Last Screenwriter, Showgirl is way higher than this. Last Screenwriter, a movie I was given that was technically released in 2024, has audio description. It's just on Vimeo.
Cap Maria.
Maria, Angelina Jolie. I've seen this twice. I thought it was better the second time. I liked it more the second time. She's good in it.
Cap Christmas Cap Eve Cap and Cap Miller's Cap.
Christmas Eve, Miller's Point, saw this twice. First time was without audience, second with. I thought it was much better the second time through.
Cap Mother's Cap Instinct.
Mother's Instinct, two great actresses in an okay movie.
Cap the Cap Idea.
Audio description.
Grammatical Error Cap of Cap You. Cap the Cap Idea.
The
Grammatical
Idea
Error
of You,
Cap of Cap
Anne Hathaway, Amazon, audio description.
Cap That Cap Christmas.
That Christmas, Netflix, audio description, animated.
Cap Widow misspelled Cap Clico.
Widow Clico, no audio description.
Cap the Cap Merry Cap Gentleman.
The Merry Gentleman, Christmas movie, Netflix, audio description, Chad Michael Murray.
Cap Saving Cap Bikini Cap Bottom.
Saving Bikini Bottom. This has like a 3 on IMDb. It makes me feel really weird for putting it this high, but I liked it. It's based on Sandy Cheeks. They've got another one coming out this year that's around Plankton. I don't know why this is like a 3. I'm scared. But yeah, so moving up the list.
Cap A Cap Family Cap Affair.
A Family Affair. Nicole Kidman, Zac Efron's like okay rom-com.
Cap Civil Cap War.
Audio description, Netflix. Civil War. A24's movie, I've seen this twice. Audio description.
Cap His Cap 3 Cap Daughters.
His 3 daughters. Natasha Lyonne's really good in this. She was my runner-up for Best Supporting Actress. Netflix audio description.
Cap Twisters.
Twisters. This was not as good as the original, but it was fun. Audio description.
Cap Unstoppable.
Unstoppable, Jennifer Lopez. I've seen this movie twice. Audio description, Amazon.
Cap Moana 2.
Moana 2, Disney Plus, will be in March. I saw this audio description.
Cap the Cap Bike Cap Riders.
The Bike Riders, great ensemble. Movie's okay, not my favorite, but great ensemble. Audio description.
Cap Knox Cap Goes
Knox Goes Away. Michael Keaton's good in this. It needs audio description.
Cap Skincare.
Skincare, another Shudder movie that you need to rent if you want the audio description. It's Elizabeth
Cap
Banks.
Spellbound.
It's pretty good. Spellbound. I like this movie. Rachel Ziegler's a voice in it, so people hate it. It's on Netflix with audio description.
Cap Godzilla Cap X Cap Kong.
Godzilla X Kong. This was fun. Audio description.
Cap Divorce.
Divorce, I thought was pretty good for a random Netflix international title with audio description.
Cap Shirley.
Shirley, I thought was pretty good. Regina King did a good job in this. Netflix audio
Cap
description.
Juror Cap number 2.
Juror number 2, Clint Eastwood, Nicholas Holtz, audio description.
Cap Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2, unnecessary sequel that was not as good as the first, but also was not a bad movie. Denzel Washington's good in it. Audio description says Pedro Pascal.
Cap A Cap Quiet Cap Place Cap Day Cap.
Quiet Place Day 1 is obviously a prequel. I can't think of who's in it. Lupita Nyong'o is in this. It's not as good as the first 2, but it's not bad. Audio description.
Cap Sting.
Sting, spider movie, horror movie. Saw this audio description, liked it.
Cap the Cap Instigators.
The Instigators, I like this better than other movies. Apple Plus, audio description.
Cap the Cap Listener.
The Listeners, no audio description, but now it does. TTS, after I've already seen it. Amazon. So it's pretty good. It's just Tessa Thompson talking to people over the phone for like an hour and a half. It's not not very complicated.
Cap Res Cap Ball.
Resball, Netflix, audio description. I've actually seen this movie twice. I like this movie. Basketball drama. Moving up the list.
Misspelled mixed cap baby girl.
Baby Girl, Nicole Kidman. I was given this screener without audio description. I'm waiting for it to hit max so I can see it with. So this is where it is.
Cap Alien Cap Romulus.
Alien Romulus. I've seen this movie twice. I liked it. Yeah, it's good. Audio description.
Cap the Cap Piano Cap Lesson.
The Piano Lesson, Netflix. Danielle Detweiler was my supporting actress of the year. Audio description.
Cap the Cap Greatest Cap Hits.
The Greatest Hits, Hulu, audio description. Lucy Boynton was really good in this.
Cap Night Cap Bitch.
Night Bitch, Amy Adams is really good in this. I've seen this twice. Audio description.
Cap Kill.
Kill, international feature with audio description. Action, straight up action the whole way through.
Cap Amelia Cap Perez.
Amelia Perez, this is where I put this film. I don't know what to do with this movie most of the time. I really love the audio description track for this. I've seen it twice. Netflix.
Cap the Cap End.
The End, no audio description, an A24 movie or Neon or something like that I think I would like more if I had audio description. I think I liked it more than most critics did.
Cap Harold Cap and Grammatical Error.
I actually
Cap
liked Harold and the
Cap
Purple
Rain.
Crayon, and I'm not punishing the movie just because Zachary Levi's in it. I thought it was cute. It reminded me a little bit of Elf, and I didn't hate it. So, audio description.
Cap the Cap Return.
The Return, the other movie Ray Fiennes was in this year that I thought was pretty good. So, audio description.
Cap the Cap Beekeeper.
The Beekeeper, Jason Statham's action movie that was pretty good. It's entertaining if you like this kind of thing. Audio description.
Cap Wolves.
Wolves, George Clooney, Brad Pitt in a pretty good movie. Not great, but pretty good. Apple movie.
Cap Wildcat.
Wildcat, Ethan Hawke directs his daughter in a biopic. No audio description, but it was interesting.
Cap National
Flannery
Cap
O'Connor is what it's about. National Anthem, LGBT rodeo movie, audio description. Thought it was okay. Thought it was pretty good. You know, it's
Cap Fly Cap Me Grammatical Error.
Fly Me
Cap
to the
Cap
Moon.
Cap.
I like this movie better than other people. Apple. I just wish it wasn't. If they had taken the romantic angle out of it, I would have liked it a lot more. Otherwise, it was pretty good. Greg Berlanti directs. Scarlett Johansson, Channing Tatum.
Cap number 24.
Number 24, an international title on Netflix with audio description. Thought it was pretty good. It's a war movie. Yeah.
Cap the Cap Fall Cap Guy.
The Fall Guy, Ryan Gosling's action movie. I've seen this twice. The stunts are great. Audio description.
Cap Transformers Cap 1.
Transformers 1. I liked it. Didn't love it. Kind of like the Ninja Turtles movie last year. Liked it. Didn't love it. It's good. It's inventive. It's creative. So.
Grammatical error cap road cap house.
Roadhouse, Jake Gyllenhaal's action movie that's on Amazon. It's a remake. It was okay. Doug Liman did a good job with the action sequences. I didn't hate this movie. Some people do, but
Cap Lee.
Lee, seen this twice. Neither time was with audio description. Kate Winslet stars. She's good in it.
Cap Queer.
Queer, Daniel Craig. I've seen this movie twice. I liked it better the second time around. Luca Guadagnino directs. It's got a beautiful score. Daniel does a really nice job.
Cap Heretic.
Heretic, I've seen this twice. Hugh Grant is fantastic in this. Yep. Moving up the list.
Cap Love Cap Lies Cap Bleeding.
Love Lies Bleeding. Audio description. I've only seen this once. A24. Kristen Stewart. Katie O'Brien. It's good. You should see it.
Cap and Cap the Cap Summers.
In the Summers, I wish this had audio description. This is about where I would put this movie. The LGBTQ coming of age story. Thought it was good.
Cap 1 Cap Life.
One Life, Anthony Hopkins' movie, technically was Oscar qualifying for this year, and I did see it in 2024, so I included it. It's a good movie. Check it out.
Cap Daddio.
Daddio with Dakota Johnson and Sean Penn, just a car ride. Very simple, pretty good. Audio description.
Cap La Cap Cocina.
La Cocina, this was a nominee at the Independent Spirit Awards. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I wish it had audio description. Rooney Mara's in it.
Cap Memoir Cap of Grammatical Error Cap.
Memoir of
Cap
the Snail, I've seen this twice. This is IFC put this out, audio description, and nominated for animated feature.
Cap Furiosa.
Furiosa, I've seen this twice. Not as good as Fury Road, but I liked it better the second time around.
Cap the Cap Old Cap Oak.
The Old Oak, I wish this had audio description. Ken Loach's BAFTA nominated movie. No audio description.
Cap Wicked Cap Little Cap
Wicked
Letters.
Little Letters, saw this twice. Second time was with audio description. It got much better. Great cast. Audio. So
Cap Unfrosted.
Unfrosted, I thought it was funny in parts, so I have it a lot higher than most people would put this movie. Jerry Seinfeld's directorial debut. It was kind of goofy. So,
Cap Mean Cap Girls.
Mean Girls, I actually like this. I love the musical. I love the stage show. So I thought this was a pretty faithful adaptation of it. Not the best movie you'll see this year. I thought Renee Rapp was great in it though. So,
Cap White Cap Bird.
White Bird, the movie, the Wonder sequel that nobody watched, thought it was pretty good. Audio description: Helen Mirren's in it.
Cap Kinds Cap.
Kinds of Kindness. The other, he does Poor Things, and then he does another movie following it that nobody really cares about, but it's actually pretty good. I like 2 of the 3 chapters in it, which is why it's not higher.
Cap Diddy.
Diddy, I didn't love the movie as much as some other people did, but then again, I didn't grow up in this childhood, like I said about the Y2K thing. So, but even with that, I thought this was the better movie, which is funny. Audio description:
Cap Lisa Cap Frankenstein.
Lisa Frankenstein. I like this movie better than most people do. It's directed by Zelda Williams. Thought it was quirky and funny. Carla Gugino's really good in it. Audio description:
Cap Carry Cap On.
Carry On. This is Netflix. Audio description: Jason Bateman, Taron Egerton. Thought this was a fun little thriller. Liked it.
Grammatical error. Cap the cap fire cap inside.
The Fire Inside. This is the Amazon Oscar contender that didn't get nominated for anything. Ryan Destiny's really good in this. Hopefully it'll catch life on Amazon. No audio description yet, but I will see it again.
Cap Damsel.
Damsel. I liked this more than a lot of people. It's on Netflix. It's 13 is starring in this. Audio description.
Cap My Cap Old Cap Ass.
Or 11. God damn. Anyway, My Old Ass. I did like this movie. Amazon, MGM did this audio description.
Cap the Cap Room Cap Next Cap.
The Room Next Door is pretty good. Not Pedro Almodovar's best film, but it's the one that has English language. It does have available audio description. I was not given it, but it does have it, so you can check it out. Tilda Swinton, Julianne Moore.
Cap Kneecap.
Kneecap, a great Irish movie that you should see. Audio description: yes.
Cap A Cap Complete Misspelled Cap Uncount.
A Complete Unknown, a really good movie starring Timothée Chalamet, who I hope wins the Oscar. Audio description
Cap
is
Blink Cap
available. I
Twice.
didn't get it though. I
Cap
will watch it
Blink
again.
Cap Twice.
Blink Twice. This is the excellent little directorial debut from Zoe Kravitz. I like this movie. Yes, I did. So it's on here.
Cap Smile 2.
Smile 2. Why did I somehow I didn't say Long Legs, and I don't think Long Legs is higher than Smile 2, so maybe it is. Paramount Plus, Naomi Scott did an excellent job in this. I liked it way better than Smile 1.
Cap Long Cap Leg.
Oh, there's Long Legs. Nicolas Cage. I did put it right above. I thought Nicolas Cage was insane in this. I loved it.
Cap Woman Cap of Grammatical Error. Cap
Woman of the Hour, Anna Kendrick directed a pretty solid serial killer movie, based on true story.
Cap Touch.
Touch. This is from Iceland. It's actually pretty good. It's like Past Lives. If you like Past Lives, you'll like Touch.
Cap Boy Cap Kills Cap
Boy
World.
Kills World, action movie. Yes, liked it. You should check it out if you get audio description. I thought it was fun. It's bloody, it's silly, it's whatever it is. It's got the voice of the guy who does Archer, is the voice of the boy who can't speak in the movie. So the inner voice, I think that's why I liked it, is because I really love Archer. So
Cap the Cap Old Cap Oak.
the old oak. No, that can't be the old oak again.
Cap the Cap Old Cap Oak.
But I already did that one. Moving
Cap
up.
Late Cap Night Grammatical
Late Night
Error.
with the Devil.
Cap the Cap Devil.
Late Night with the Devil is a fantastic. David S. Malchin is great. Shutter put this out. You should rent it with audio description.
Cap Dune Cap Part All
Unless
Cap
it is
2.
on Hulu with audio description. Dune Part 2. Yeah, I've seen this movie twice. This is where it lands. I think the Dune franchise is just hard for me to follow. So this is as much as I can enjoy this, and it's all because of Denis Villeneuve, because I love him as a director and he's directing the hell out of it. I just wish I knew more about Dune. So
Cap Kingdom Cap of Grammatical
Kingdom of the
Error.
Planet
Cap
of
the
the
Cap
Apes.
Planet Cap of Cap the Cap Apes.
I like the all 4 of these movies. I love all of them. This is kind of my least favorite, but of the 4, but they're all great. So moving up.
Cap Beverly Cap Hills Cap Cop Cap Axel F.
Beverly Hills Cop Acts Left. I liked it better than Beverly Hills Cop 3. Thought it was interesting, and considering how many legacy sequels we have that suck, I thought this one was actually pretty good and pretty entertaining. And it's a directorial debut on top of it, so people don't give it enough credit for that. I thought it was fun. Yes, they reveal Kevin Bacon as the villain, which is one of the reasons it's a little bit lower on my list. He's way too early. It's too obvious. Moving up the list.
Cap the Cap Ministry grammatical error. Cap of Cap ungentlemanly. Cap
Ministry of
warfare.
Ungentlemanly Warfare. This was my mind has melted. He directed Snatch. He directed this. Guy Ritchie directed this. Thought it was pretty good. I've seen this twice. Moving up the list.
Cap Dandelion.
Dandelion, movie about a struggling musician. Saw this without any description. Liked it. Moving up.
Cap Treasure.
Treasure. Stephen Fry is excellent in this. Audio description.
Cap Sonic. Cap the Cap Hedgehog 3.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Finally watched this when it hit Paramount Plus. Audio description.
Cap its Cap.
I like all of the Sonic movies. It's What's Inside. Love this movie. I've seen it more times than any other film I've seen this year. Really twisty. Love the movie. Moving up the list.
Cap Nickel. Cap Boys.
Nickel Boys. I've seen this twice. This is an excellent movie. In the first person perspective narration, audio description that we get is excellent. It's on MGM Plus right now. So
Cap I Cap saw grammatical error. Cap the all Cap.
I saw the TV Glow. I've seen this twice. This is A24. This is really good. Just in there are movies I like more. So
Cap Good. Cap 1.
good one was an interesting little indie that I wish had audio description. I would have liked it more. It has a pretty good third act twist to it that really impacts the film.
Cap Nowhere. Cap Special.
Nowhere Special. What an emotional roller coaster this would be if it had audio description. I wish it did. James Norton, and I would have loved to get on board with this movie. What a plot.
Cap Glitter. Cap and Cap.
Glitter and Doom. I love this little rock musical thing that I got as a screener. It's actually on Tubi. It has no audio description, but it was really fun.
Cap Thelma.
June Squibb. Yeah, she's excellent in this, and I like the movie. So
Cap High. Cap Tide.
High Tide, a little LGBTQ movie that I got as a screener with no audio description that I liked, and I wish for some reason we didn't nominate it at all at Gallica, which is weird.
Cap Jackpot.
Jackpot. I found this movie to be really fun and really entertaining. John Cena and Aquafina, and I had a lot of fun with it. So that's me.
Cap Firebrand.
Firebrand. Like this movie. Excellent actor. Excellent performances from Jude Law and Alicia Vikander.
Misspelled Cap Dogman.
Dogman. Luke Besson's really weird movie. Not the animated Peacock movie, or animated movie that came out this year. It's a different movie. Very different. Don't let your kids watch this one. This one's, well, I mean, you can, but it's two totally different movies. So weird. So very weird. Caleb Landry Jones is excellent in this.
Cap Tuesday.
Tuesday. I liked this. Some people really hate this movie. A24. I thought Julia Louis-Dreyfus was good in this.
Cap Nickel. Cap Boys.
Oh, there's Nickel Boys again.
Cap Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Neon. Yeah. I love this movie. I've seen this twice. It held up the second time. Hunter Schafer.
Cap Day. Cap of grammatical error. Cap
Day of the
Cap
Fight. I
Fight.
wish more people saw this. I wish critics had seen this. It was a screener that I actually got with audio description. It stars Michael Pitt. It's a very good movie, and hopefully it gains traction at some point in its lifespan.
Cap Hitman.
Hitman. I've seen this movie twice on Netflix. Glenn Powell's movie. Audio description is excellent.
Cap from Cap Dates.
Prom Dates is really funny. It's on Hulu. Made me laugh a lot. It's one of the funniest movies I've seen this year. When they say that they don't make teen movies like they used to anymore, Prom Dates does.
Cap Strange. Cap Darling.
Strange Darling, an excellent little thriller that just dropped on Paramount Plus. You should absolutely see it. I can't spoil it for you. Audio description I hope it has audio description.
Cap Challengers.
Challengers. I've seen this twice. It's on Amazon. It's excellent. Luca Guadagnino's other movie this year. One of the best scores of the year.
Cap Oddity.
Oddity. An excellent little Shudder title that I wasn't expecting to be this great, but it was. Really creepy. Liked it. It's on my list.
Cap Abigail.
Audio description if you rent it. Abigail. Yeah, I've seen this movie twice, and I did love it both times. I know a weird movie to have this high, but I love this movie. I think Alicia Weir's fantastic in it, and I thought this movie was a blast.
Cap Snack. Cap Shack.
Snack Shack, Connor Shirley and Gabriel LaBelle are in this. I thought this was an underrated gem from last year. Audio description.
Misspelled Cap Problemista.
Problemista, an A24 movie. What the fuck is his name? Directorial debut. Really good. Watch it.
Cap We Cap Live grammatical error. Cap and Cap
We Live in Time, seen this movie twice, love it. Florence Pugh is heartbreaking. She has the most heartbreaking scene of the year for me. Like I actually felt it.
Cap Big Cap Boys.
Big Boys, love this movie. Wish I had audio description. I actually wrote somebody. I got a re-campaign for this, and I said, no, I've already seen this movie, already did a review of it. Thanks for offering me another screener of it. Love this movie. Hope it does well. I hope it gets audio description at some point. Just trying to inch it along. But coming of age movie.
Cap Sing, misspelled Cap Sing.
Sing Sing, which is coming to Max in March. So it should have audio description. That I've seen it twice.
Cap Better Cap Man.
Better Man. I watched. Paramount actually gave me screeners with audio description, so I love this movie. I loved it a long time ago. It's a Robbie Williams biopic. Excellent, fantastic.
Cap Out Cap of Cap My Cap.
Out of My Mind. It's on Disney Plus. This is excellent. So you should see it. It's a movie about a disabled girl and her struggles, and it's fantastic. It actually has Phoebe Bray-Taylor is playing the girl. She actually is the disability in which she's playing. Watch it.
Cap the Cap Apprentice.
The Apprentice, Sebastian Stan, Jeremy Strong, both nominated for Oscars. They were fantastic. I liked the movie.
Cap Hard Cap Truth.
Hard Truths. I love this movie. She should have been nominated. Marianne Jean-Baptiste was my pick for Best Actress of 2024. So that's where this movie landed.
Cap Babes.
Babes. I've seen this movie twice. Neon. I thought it was hilarious. This is one of the funniest movies I've seen this year too.
Cap the Cap Last Cap Showgirl.
The Last Showgirl. See, I told you this movie was higher. Pamela Anderson. I love this movie. I thought it was great. I like the movie too, and not just her in it. I thought it was an excellent little exploration of what it is to age out of something and to only be good at one thing and then age out of it, and then what do you do?
Cap the Cap People's Cap Joker.
The People's Joker. This is my favorite movie of the year that does not have audio description. I can tell you that right now. I know everything else above this should have audio description because that was this is the award they gave this movie. What a brilliant, bold new voice we have in this director. So,
Cap Between Cap the Cap Temple.
Between the Temples, love this. Jason Schwartzman, Carol Kane, love this more than I thought I would.
Cap Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, seen this twice. Audio description.
Cap Fancy Cap Dance.
Fancy Dance, Lily Gladstone is excellent in this. That's on Apple.
Cap
Anora. Anora, obviously nominated for Best Picture. I've seen this twice. I probably will win.
Cap Inside Cap Out 2.
Inside Out 2, I've seen this twice. It's on Disney Plus.
Cap September 5th.
September 5, just dropped again on Paramount Plus so I can watch it again. I just haven't. Excellent movie. It's only about 90 minutes long. Please watch it.
Cap Ezra.
Ezra, love this movie. Bobby Cannavale is fantastic in it. I've seen it twice.
Cap the Cap Brutalist.
The Brutalist, I've seen this twice. A24, excellent movie. Adrian Brody is fantastic. Everybody's good in this. Brady
Cap
Corbett.
Deadpool and Cap Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine, I've seen this twice. Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, loved it.
Cap the Cap Wild Cap Robot.
The Wild Robot, love this movie. My favorite animated movie of the year. Yep, it hit me. I've seen this twice.
Grammatical error cap, a cap, real cap
A
pain.
Real Pain, I've seen this twice. Jesse Eisenberg, Kieran Culkin, love this movie too.
Cap Conclave.
Conclave, I've seen this twice. Man, I've seen a lot of movies twice that are this high on my list. Yeah, excellent. My pick to win Best Picture, if it does, hopefully it
Cap
does.
the Cap Substance.
The Substance, Demi Moore, fantastic. I've seen this movie twice. Yep.
Cap Wicked.
Wicked, seen this twice. Fantastic. And Ghostlight is my pick for
Misspelled Cap
Best
Ghostlight.
Picture of the year, of course.
Blank.
So that is my list. I have no idea how long this video is, but thank you for staying. I love you, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
S.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:12 a.m.